Good morning, YouTube friends. This morning I'm working on my 1998 Chevy Blazer. I'm sure I'm getting ready to get rid of it since I just replaced it with the Tahoe. But getting the battery light, it comes on about 2,000, 2,100 RPM when I'm driving the vehicle, and the voltage meter just drops. So I'm thinking the alternator's gone bad. At first I thought it might have been the belt, but the belt feels okay. I don't have much play in it, so I'm going to go to my local pick apart and go ahead and pick up a alternator and a belt while I'm there. But I figured I would let you guys watch me pull this easy alternator out of this vehicle. I'm disconnecting the negative battery terminal at the moment. Because anytime you mess with alternators, you want to definitely remove your battery terminals. So I go ahead and pull them both off. I'm sure you don't have to, but it's just what I like to do. Now, I haven't pulled the alternator off of this one before, but it seems really straightforward. So on these vehicles, there's a pulley, tensioner pulley right here that a 3/8 inch drive ratchet will fit into. Clear up. There's a key down there, a little hole down there near the pulley. So you just put your ratchet down in there, and it should take the slack off the belt. You should be able to unwind the belt there. Just find the happy spot here. So I got my ratchet in there. I'm just gonna take it to the left, and this belt will just slide right off over the alternator. And then slowly let back up on that tensioner, because it can whack you. So, and then these bolts here that hold the alternator in, it looks like there's one here and then two here in the front. And I believe they're just regular 13 millimeter. Yeah, 13. Sorry if it's shaking, I got the phone propped up on the car here. And there's one here on the back. There is some electrical connections that you'll have to take out in the rear of this, but I've got big hands, so I'm not going to be able to get to it while it's mounted in there. So, always good while you're doing this to go ahead and take a mental note of how your pulleys look, how your pulleys run. This one looks like crap, but I might see if I can find another pulley there at the junkyard. This AC compressor, it looks like, was replaced before I picked it up. And then when I got it, all I did was put some Freon in it, and the AC blender went bad on this one that sits in behind the glove box. So those are really known for these vehicles here, and they go bad. And the gears actually strip out of the motor. So instead of spending the $300 that whatever car parts wanted to spend on that, I went to the junkyard again, and I found a couple of them, and then I picked the best one and JB welded the gear back together. And it's held up for over a year, so I don't see a problem with that at all. I just think it's such a racket that they want such big money, and all it is the gear stripped out. So I'm not about paying for that. But, so we are nearly there, folks. Just that quick. I just replaced the alternator on my wife's car. It's a Ford Freestyle, And what a absolute pain that was. Because it's one of those motors that sit in sideways. So all the accessories are sitting on the side. And hers is actually down by the wheel. And I was able to get it out without pulling the strut tower and stuff like that, but nonetheless, what a pain. Wonder if I'm missing a bolt in here. Let me go get a pry bar. And by pry bar, I meant screwdriver. It's the same difference, right? There we go. She's just stuck on in there. Now, these are the connections that I was telling you about on the back. This is what goes to your positive battery terminal here. Should just have to remove that nut, and then there's a little clip right here, small flathead screwdriver, and that comes right back off. So this nut is also a 13 mil. Thank you, GM. So keep a hold on to it, don't drop the nut. There's a washer on the other side. Don't drop it either, unless you're good at fishing stuff out. Now, just looking at this, and all this black, it looks like it's been eating up the bushings for a little while. And I'm sure you guys can't hear it, but there's a squeal, and the bearings are rubbing inside. So either way, I've got my core now, so I'm gonna run up to the pick apart, take my wife's lovely car, and then I'll meet you guys back here. We'll put it back in. Thanks.